Today, I'm going to show you my exact process on how I paint a sunset. One of the keys to painting sunsets is to really push the values, to push the strength of your painting. Your darks have to be dark enough in order to make the lights bright. And that's my #1 tip on painting sunsets, and I'm going to show you how I do that step by step in today's tutorial. The first thing that you want to do when you are painting a sunset is to establish your horizon line. So I'm going to put a little mark here. So we're going to paint from light to dark. I'm going to wet down the paper and we're going to lay in our lightest, warmest colors, and then we're going to slowly get darker and darker and darker and build up that strength as we work through the painting. And if you are uncomfortable with leaving your painting loose on your surface, go ahead and tape your paper down like you normally do and just pre-wet the front of the paper. All right, we are ready to paint now. I want to think about the brightest part of this scene first. So I'm going to get some quinacridone gold, all my brightest, warmest colors, maybe a little bit of cadmium yellow, some raw sienna. And I'm going to go to where the brightest part of the sunset is going to be and just lay in some of this. Now I'm going to work in some rose madder permanent, burnt sienna, put a little bit of warmth around that. A nice combination is quinacridone gold with rose madder permanent to get that nice punch of warm color. As I move around the scene, I need to get darker and darker because everything needs to be brighter than that. Now, the reflection of this bright light, let's think about that real quick. Let's go ahead and establish that reflection. Take a little bit of that yellow, cadmium yellow, quinacridone gold. Okay, and I can just bring some of that up here. Okay, so I'm mixing up a big mixture of quinacridone gold, rose madder permanent, and just go ahead and mix that in here. Cover up, as much of the paper as we can. Just take away the white of the paper, but in a way that's darker than that bright area. And I'm going to bring that wash down into the water as well. And so we're just building up strength. See how I'm getting stronger and stronger as I go? I'm using a lot of water. And as we paint and as the painting dries, it's going to fade. So it's okay to go strong. Use more paint than you think that you need. I'm going to get some rose madder permanent, some ultramarine blue. You want to have that rose madder permanent in your mixture to prevent green from happening too much. Building up a nice, good, strong wash. Let's see how that looks up here. And because this is still wet, you're getting a nice little variety of edge, some softness. And some more of that over here. Now I'm going to rinse off that blue off my brush. And I'm going to make a warm color again with rose madder permanent, quinacridone gold. And I'm going to take this wash down to about the horizon line. Okay, I'm going to take a damp brush, a clean damp brush, and I'm going to lift out some of this. Just soften that edge there. I think I need a little more strength in some of these areas. I'm going to try some lavender. Okay, I'm gonna switch to a little smaller of a brush. That'll give me a little more control and less water. And let's mix in some lavender, neutral tint, ultramarine blue. Thicker paint, less water, a little bit smaller of a brush. The paper's still damp. And that edge can completely blend with this one over here. I think I want to soften this edge a little. Just lifting up a few little highlights. Maybe there's something over here. I feel like I could use something to break up this area. Just a little lift. I'm gonna let this dry, and then I'll come back in and we'll put a few little ripples on the waves that are a little darker, and then we'll be done. My paper is probably 90% dry. It's dry enough to move into the next phase. And the next phase is just getting a few little bits of darks. And if the edge is too hard, you can take your finger and kind of soften it a little bit. Okay, what I want to do here is connect this wave into a warmer wash, just to add a little more strength on the foreground to lead our eye into that scene a little bit more. So I'm taking some of what I have on my palette here. I can just do a few marks to emphasize that light a little bit more. Little raw sienna, rose madder permanent. Let's go ahead and work in a little bit of lavender, ultramarine blue, rose madder permanent. And that's going to help lead our eye into the scene a little bit more. There we go. And I want to soften like I did once before. Still might need a few more defining darks on some of the waves. That's it for this sunset. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and it helps you understand the values that are needed, the strength and contrast that is needed to really make your sunset bright and shining. Have you ever been really excited about a painting and you get all set up, you find that right reference that you're excited about, and then it's time to go and you feel lost? You ever had that experience? You just are having a hard time finding consistency. Some of your paintings turn out, some of your paintings don't turn out, and you're not really sure why. Well, I have a free resource that I want to give to you today that can help exactly with these problems. My 5 steps to plan a successful watercolor painting. I walk you through the crucial planning phase of your painting that will help you understand what you're going to paint first, second, and third The planning is really so important, especially in watercolor. This medium is harder to correct. It's so immediate. So having that plan is very important. I send you a PDF that you can download. And the great thing about this is you can have it on your phone, you could print it out, and you can take a look at these crucial planning steps before you start each painting to ensure that you're thinking through these important things as you get started. You can download this right now before you start your next painting. All you have to do is follow this link here and download my 5-step guide to planning a successful watercolor painting.